Hey everybody, the new moon in Gemini is happening on Thursday, June 6th. It is exciting energy with the new moon conjunct Venus. Mercury is also in Gemini, as is Jupiter. So we have a powerhouse stellium in Gemini. Where is this house in your natal chart? Because this is time for a brand new beginning. We're going to dive in and talk a little astrology first, and then do a tarot pull for each of the signs. Watch for your rising sign first, and then your sun sign to find out how you can best set some intentions at this new moon in Gemini for expanding your horizons, new vistas, getting down to the nitty-gritty and committing to new possibilities in your life. Perhaps even 2 new possibilities, because Gemini is always about 2 things. So let's see what's in store for you. So anytime we have a stellium in astrology, it is a concentration of energy. It is usually 3 or more planets that are clustered together in one sign. So as I said, we have this potent energy in Gemini right now. Venus is conjunct this new moon, suggesting that we can energize new plans concerning love and money matters. The only thing to keep in mind, I don't really want to call it a fly in the ointment, okay, but the only thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind is that Saturn in Pisces is squaring this new moon. And as we know, squares are tense energy. But what this can do is really make us get down to the nitty-gritty of how we need to best structure the dream architecture, right? Pisces is a lot about dreams. Saturn going through Pisces has encouraged us to build and structure and solidify a plan to make those dreams come true. So with Saturn squaring this new moon, it's saying, yeah, dream big, right? All this Gemini energy, rethink, strategize, communicate, journal, like do all the things to tune into your mind and the expansive possibilities for yourself, but have a concrete plan. So we are now going to dive into this energy with the tarot. I'll pull a few cards for each sign. Let's see what you need to know to make the most of this energy of an exciting new beginning in your life, things you might need to think about to structure it, and set your intentions. And definitely pay attention to the house where Gemini is, because this is such a potent collection of energy. All right, Aries. So this new moon is in your 3rd house of writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, communications, neighborhood errands, siblings. This is a great time for new beginnings in those areas. With Saturn in your 12th house of the subconscious, it's really time to look at where any sort of limiting beliefs are keeping you stuck from your expansive possibilities. Okay, so that's a way to think of this particular energy. Let's see what you need to know. Aries, setting some intentions, moving forward. This is such great energy. Let's see what you need to know. And you know, with Jupiter having just gone into Gemini, this is almost like a new year-long plan for this area of your life. There you are. There you are. But we have a 5 of Cups. And we have a Judgment. And we have a Page of Swords. And we have a King of Cups. Okay. So I think between this new moon and the start of Cancer season, you're making some sort of important decision to actualize a plan. It's interesting because the full moon in Capricorn is happening on June 20th, 21st, depending on where you are in the world. This very start of Cancer season, which we have the time marker here with the King of Cups. And we have the 20th here with the Judgment. And then we have you making a decision and moving forward with the Page of Swords. So I feel like this is very interesting. It's time for you at this new moon in Gemini to really dial into your desires. I mean, here you are, and you have the plans in your hand. Really take the time to write your plans down. What are your hopes and goals and wishes and dreams? This is your 3rd house of communication, Gemini, right? So you got to communicate first with yourself. Okay, communicate first with yourself. What do you want? Okay, because things might have changed based on the fact that something was upsetting to you within the last 5 weeks to 5 months. Maybe around your eclipse and maybe around the full moon in Scorpio. Okay, it could have also been back in May with the 5 here. But in any case, right, something was a disappointment, a loss, a sadness that may have caused you to divert paths or rethink your approach about something, restructure, like, okay, and that's okay because you still have opportunities that, and here's the Gemini duality, here's the 2 cups, there's still options for you. And because you usually are a sign that likes to have, you're like Gemini, right? You like to have a lot of different irons in the fire. Sometimes if Aries has to only do one thing, they get bored, right? So it might be good when you're considering these plans to consider 2 things. Okay, but you're restructuring and making decisions based on the fact you're coming to terms with the fact that certain things didn't work out and you're regrouping and rethinking. But the actual process of writing all of this down and making a concrete plan is going to be good for you because of this Gemini energy. This is absolutely time. If you want to do anything in the communicative arts with the Page of Swords here, okay, and if you want to write a book as an example, start a blog, start a website, all of these types of things, market yourself better. This is a great time to make plans to do that. If you're interested in writing a book, I'll leave a link in the description. I just put together a PDF on how to do that. Link in the description. You can check that out on my website, okay? So this is fantastic. I mean, you're going to make an important decision by this Capricorn full moon. It may have something to do with your career because the full moon will be in your 10th house of career, Capricorn. It could be that you're realizing you gotta, leave one facet of your career behind and maybe start exploring in a couple of other directions. But again, with Saturn in that 12th house squaring the Venus, you may need to look at alternative ways of making money. It's possible here with this. You may need to address limiting beliefs about what you are capable of earning and rethinking that also. But this is good. I mean, you're heading towards some sort of major decision, new life, important announcement that I think you're making for yourself or maybe to the people around you. You're going to be, saying, hey, I'm doing this now with my career. I'm launching this. I'm heading in this direction. And I think this is more of a time marker, as I said, for the Capricorn full moon on the 20th, since we have this here. So really tap into your strong emotional desires with this King of Cups. All right, Taurus, this new moon is happening in your 2nd house of show me the money. You have Saturn in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams and personal gains. So it is absolutely a great time to set an intention to get doggone serious about a new dream that you want to manifest for your money. The gains you would like to have from your personal efforts, right? And also gains that you could make from feeling really empowered about yourself. And when you're feeling empowered about yourself, you're connecting with other people and networking. That's your 11th house. And that brings you added opportunities for moolahs. Okay, so this is how to set the intention. Because remember, like, setting intentions to me is like clarifying your focus. Really, that's what it's all about. Gaining that clarity and then working with the particular astrological transit of, well, what is this? And we focus our mind on that one thing at the new moon. And we set our intention to make it happen. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got for you, Taurus. We have a 4 of Wands. Beautiful. And a 6 of Swords. Awesome. 3 of Wands. Oh, my goodness. Chariot. And another 4. Wow. 4. Double 4. So you're really looking toward manifesting greater security for yourself. But also this sense of stability and groundedness. There may have something going on with you moving locations to better manifest financial prosperity for yourself with this Chariot here. Chariot, of course, can be about 2 things also. Gemini is about 2 things. You may be looking at alternative income streams. There might be two possible money paths you could follow. There might be a new side hustle on the agenda for you. There might be another income stream in terms of something you're already doing with your business. You may start tapping into something else. So we have the strong intention I feel here is to move forward quickly to some sort of greater financial stability. This is going to come through some sort of moving on, though. We have two moving on energies, the Six of Swords and the Chariot. But notice you have to move on mentally first. There needs to be a mental release and relief. That's going to come when you admit that you need a new path forward with this Four of Wands. Okay, you're like, you know what? I got to move on to pastures new. I got to follow my bliss. And I deserve, this is in your heart. You deserve this big ship. You know you do. Ship and shift. So that almost came out of my mouth. Shift instead of ship. So you do. I mean, you really do deserve all of this. But it's a matter of first of this mental recalibration. And this is very Gemini. For Six of Swords for me is a Gemini type energy. So it is this mental refocusing and regrouping. And, it could even be because we have the 11th house figured in here for you with groups of people and networks and associations. It could be that you do need to move on from a certain group that you've been associated with and move toward a group that's a better fit for you in terms of they support your money initiatives, they support your goals, they're not frenemies, that type of thing. Maybe, you've outgrown a certain professional association and you need people that are up-leveled. This is the up-leveling, the Chariot. They're going to help you, rising tide lift all boats. It's going to help you also lift your boat up, since we got the boat here, right? Okay? So it could be something like that. And in doing so, in associating with the next level up of people, you're going to raise your finances, or you're going to improve your finances as a result. So this is very, very positive, right? The end goal is very Taurian. It's very, financial security. Four of Coins. And that's not a bad thing at all. But you're going to arrive at it more quickly, right? If you work with the self-esteem of the second house, that's also second house, right? It's not just money, it's self-esteem. How good do we feel about ourselves, right? When we're feeling good and empowered, things come in, right? And then, shifting out of any sort of limitations that I can't have this, you can have this. Absolutely. Okay, so super, super energy here. But set those intentions. Geminis, this is your new moon, and it is a firecracker, right? With all these planets in your sign, are you feeling the vibe? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. So, very interesting energies. I feel like this is a great time for you to set some intentions about some sort of serious goal you want to achieve for your finances in terms of your career, like your calling, your public reputation. Saturn's in your 10th house. Okay, it's squaring Venus. Now, it's not easy when we have Saturn anywhere. Wherever he's transiting in a chart, he's always bringing some sort of, stuff we got to go through. We got to grow through it and go through it. It's okay. But Saturn, when it's in your 10th house, can bring about career recognition, but you deserve it. You've worked damn hard for it. Okay, so there's this energy here. If you haven't quite achieved that career success quite yet, which, Saturn sometimes brings delayed gratification, know that it's not out of reach and it is coming, right? It's time to, again, you set the intention, you refocus your brain, your energy, your whole vibe. It's been hard. You have had a lot of energy happening in your 12th house of the subconscious, dredging up all sorts of stuff these last several months. Now the air has cleared. Everything's in your sign practically. Five planets in your sign. It's time for this clean and clear slate of your mind, your heart, your spirit. Okay? So what do you want to achieve with this Saturn? Now, it's also time to get very realistic about your money goals. It's not that you can't achieve better money and more financial success. You can, but also make sure that you're realistic only because Jupiter can sometimes make us overestimate what we're capable of. It doesn't mean you're not capable, but you know, Jupiter, right? So just have grounded, realistic expectations, but also have the stretch goals. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Gemini. Okay. Let's see what we have. We have the High Priestess. That's that 12th house I was talking about. You got the power. Magician. Oh, and then the Eight of Wands. My goodness, here comes Bobo. Page of Cups. Hello, Bobo. And the Ace of Cups. Oh, sorry, Bo. Didn't mean to put that there. Sorry. Okay. He's not quite up to speed yet with the tarot scenarios. Okay. Right? You're learning, though. You're doing a good job. You're learning. Okay. Wow. Your heart. I mean, look at this card in your heart, this Eight of Wands. I mean, you are ready for rapid fire transformation in your life. And look at the Pisces we have showing up here. The Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician, which is your own personal power. This is aces for me are personal power also, as they are also offers from the universe. So there is an offer coming from the universe based on the personal initiative and power that you tap into with this stellium of energy in your sign. This is not a time to diddle-daddle around. The 8th is, I like the 10th better, but, you know, I would say the 10th, I actually gave these dates to somebody in my YouTube channel membership the other night. I don't have my calendar. Bobo's actually sitting on the calendar. The fire sign dates of when it's good to kind of move forward with this rapid manifestation. But it could be the 8th, something, you know, setting some sort of intention. It's always good to set your intentions a couple days after the new moon. I like the 10th better because the moon is in fire. It's in Leo on the 10th, unobstructed. There is not a void, of course, moon. So the 10th may be a good day to take action. There might be news on the 10th. It's possible. But also with this water here, I would say that it's coming before the start of Cancer season. On the 20th, we have a full moon in Capricorn happening on 20th, 21st. So, you know, you're moving out of this, as I said, this subconscious energy where and even she's looking back this way, where you've been kind of tying up loose ends in your own mind. You may have been literally tying up loose ends with just stuff like decluttering, clearing things out. Like you've really had this clean sweep, fresh start energy coming in. And here it is, like you're ready to take on the world with the Magician in this reading and your heart is on fire. There is something absolutely beautiful that's going to get started for you. I feel in Cancer season, okay, with this energy here. And it's going to lift your spirits even higher than they already are. And you're going to feel really proud of yourself with this Ace of Cups. Okay. Now I'm kind of thinking of somebody I know, a Gemini, who plays competitive sports. And I feel like this person could be getting some sort of trophy. Okay. If you're watching, you know who you are. So, you know, interesting. And I know another Gemini who is very much waiting on a job situation. And I know that person's going to get that too. So, and you know who you are. This is, you know, two little specific mentions here, shout outs to those two people. But this is gorgeous energy here. But remember, it's always about using the energies. And when we can focus and clear our minds, and we focus our minds and our hearts on those goals that we want to achieve, and then we take the aligned action, which is that Magician also, you really can make miracles happen in your life, Gemini. All right, Cancer, you have a new moon happening in your 12th house of the subconscious, things hidden behind the scenes, your intuition, your dreams. Saturn, of course, is in the sign of dreams. Pisces, squaring this Venusian new moon energy. So this is a time to really look at where you have big goals and dreams for your future life, 9th house. where you'd like to expand and grow, but where there may be currently some limitations. That is Saturn in the 9th house. So Saturn squaring the Venus in the 12th house is like, are you using money or something else as an excuse for not going out and trying something, not expanding your horizons? Yes, money is necessary. Of course it is, right? I'm not saying it's not necessary. But there are things that we can do that require a little bit of money or not very much money at all. Of course, working within people's budgets. So there's, if you want to expand your world through taking some sort of course, right? That's very 9th house also. You want to learn a new skill. But Saturn squaring the Venus in 12th house, like you're kind of in that, oh, woe is me, I don't have the money to do that, which everybody can get into that. That's not exclusive to Cancer, okay? So I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying Saturn squaring the Venus can feel like that. But the 12th house, the 12th house is the house of self-undoing. It can be an energy where we're our own worst enemy, so to speak, okay? But this new moon is saying, face any of that. If you got any of that going on, clear it out of your brain, clear it out of your consciousness, and find the solutions, right? Especially if you want to make progress in 9th house matters, which is like taking courses, starting an online business, doing a little bit of travel, me, I like examples, right? Like, let's say you've always wanted to go to Paris. Okay, let's say money's not really the issue here, but you're alone and you don't want to go by yourself. And that's the issue. That's the 12th house, right? Like, I can't do it because I'm alone. That's an excuse, because you know what? You can find a way to go. There's plenty of things where you can go with a group of people. And by group, I mean, it could be a very small group, like 6 people. There's, different things you can do to look into if you want to go bad enough. That's the thing. Okay, so you see, always apply it to your own life, right? But that is the type of thing, falling into excuses. That's very 12th house. And so you undo and not go for your dreams, right? You undo any progress. You just are you throw up your hands. No, I can't. It's impossible. Okay, so this new moon energy in Gemini is saying, make the impossible possible. Right, Audrey Hepburn, I think, had that quote, is the word impossible says I'm possible. Right, if you break down the word. So anything is possible for you. Time to get out of your own head and your own excuses, especially if you want to expand your horizons in some way, as I already said. All right, so let's see, Cancer, what we need to know for you. And remember, this is not particular to you. This is just the energy when we have this build up in the 12th house like this squaring Saturn. Just thought I'd reiterate that. We got the Pluto. And then we have the 10 of Cups. And we have the 7. This is so interesting. And wow, double 7s and the 4 of Coins. Okay. Who are you living your life for? I'm not saying that you shouldn't consider friends or family. Of course, but are you also considering yourself and your own wishes and dreams? Okay. So in the heart here is this 7 of Swords, and it's looking back at this stuff. You may be using home and family as an excuse. You may be using pets as an excuse. Well, I can't go because, I can't do X, Y, Z. I can't leave the home because, whatever. I just got a brand new puppy. Okay, that makes sense. You kind of got to be around for that. But you know what I'm saying, right? You do want a change, right? You want some sort of fresh horizon for yourself and have fresh experiences. That's very 9th house. You want to commit to that dream. But in the middle here is this 10 of Cups, but here's the 7 of Swords, which is telling yourself Fibonacci's and lies about why you can't achieve these bucket list dreams. Here's the 7 of Cups. I don't think money is necessarily, remember, it's a general reading, necessarily really the issue here, the 4 of Coins. And it's very interesting how money can arrive, resources can arrive in the most unexpected ways when we really commit to something and we're saying, I'm making that happen, and we focus. Like, it's very interesting to see sometimes. Right? And it doesn't always have to be the literal money. It can be the friend who's like, yeah, I got the place, like, come stay with me, right? If it's about a trip or something like that. Or, you know, there's a payment plan for a beautiful astrology class you want to take. And, you know, you work with the person on the sliding scale and you get to take it. There's ways things manifest. So I don't think the resources are going to be the issue. The issue is what's going on in your heart and the excuses that you might be making about this. And I would also say, some of you with this 12th house subconscious energy, so like right there, really take a deep look at any type of excuses you make for yourself to stay at home. And again, not that staying at home is a bad thing. But if your desire is to have a greater balance between those two things and have some adventures where you're actually out of your home, okay, then you got to look at that. You got to look at that. According to this tarot reading, all right? So you got dreams. Here's your 7 of Cups. You can ground one of these dreams into reality. This can happen for you, I would say, by Virgo season with this 4 of Coins here. Where there's a will, there's a way, and this can happen for you. But you need to, according to this tarot reading, get out of your own fear of change and get out of the house. I know I've said this before in other Cancer readings, but it's coming out. Leos, you have beautiful new moon energy happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. This is such a fabulous new moon to set intentions for a big goal of yours that you want to make happen in your life. I would say even over the whole next year, with Jupiter also in play here in Gemini in this stellium at this new moon. Now, Saturn is in your 8th house of transformation. It is squaring Venus. Squares can be tense energy, as I've said. There may just be some things that, there may be some obligations you need to take care of first. Don't shirk your responsibilities. Like, I think it's going to be important for you. I'm not saying that you do that normally, but just with this Saturn energy, like squaring this Venus. In other words, if you want to pursue a certain money goal, make sure your bills are paid first and then spend the money on taking the class you want to take so that you can start a new business or learn calligraphy or do whatever, okay? So I think it's going to be important, like with Saturn's always about duties and responsibilities. So do what you need to do in terms of money obligations and in terms of obligations to your personal relationships, the Venus. Not that you should sacrifice and do what other people always want you to do either. We're not saying that. But we're just saying whatever you do have an obligation to, don't avoid it. Take care of it first and then put the energy into these new goals and dreams. And Saturn will reward that. Saturn rewards the respect that we give to rules and boundaries and doing things the right way. Okay? So that's why I'm saying, like, not shirking a responsibility. And because this new moon is also in your 11th house of personal gains, you can really activate that energy again by being responsible. It's like what goes around comes around. You act responsible. You take care of what you're supposed to take care of. The universe will help take care of your dreams and making them happen. It's like that type of energy is what I'm feeling. All right, let's see what we need to know for you. And it is time for some bold new dream too, with Jupiter in Gemini. All right, bold and bodacious new dream for yourself. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the 5 of Swords. Oh, more Pluto. I shuffled. Oh, the Ace of Wands. There's your energy. The Knight of Cups. Wow. And the 2 of Coins. Okay. So it's the balance. The 2 of Coins is here. It's going to be the balance as you move forward with honoring more the needs that of yourself. Here's the Ace of Wands, right? What you want to create and do. And you have a new dream in your heart. It's right here. Okay, but there does need to be some shifts in maybe some ways you are communicating or not communicating. If there's any type of passive aggressive communication going on because you are not asserting your own needs and letting people know, I'm not going to abandon you, but I also need my own thing, right? I have some things I want to do. And that's that balance, the Two of Coins, as you move forward. So, having a heart-to-heart talk, this Knight of Cups perhaps, with somebody important to you who's involved in your life on the daily, who you do have obligations to, I think it could be very helpful for you to move forward with you feeling like, okay, I cleared the air. We cleared the air. They know that I'm going to spend a little time doing this. I'm also going to spend time taking care of whatever they need me to take care of, that type of thing. Okay. And I think you'll feel much better about that, because here's the other thing too, is like, I don't think people realize this about Leos. Everybody, I think, not everybody, but a lot of people stereotype Leos as these like, shallow, vain, just want all the attention. And sure, there's Leos like that, but there's other signs like that too. But Leos are caretakers. Leos, think of like the pride of lions, right? And lionesses, like they take care of one another. So it's like you like to have the people who you take care of. And to be dependent, like the people, not that you want people dependent on you, but you like to be needed. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And not in a codependent, terrible, suffocating way. We're not saying that. Sorry, I have my throat. But we're just saying in a way that makes you feel good, that makes you feel loved, right? But you don't want to abandon your own needs in the process. So I think this is really speaking to that. But I think there's an important clearing of the air that needs to be done, okay, with this energy here. It may just be to yourself. You can have this conversation with yourself. You got to clear the air with yourself and be like, you know what? I think I have just been out of balance with, taking care of too many duties and responsibilities and heavy topics. That's 8th house. I've been like immersed in this heavy topics and responsibilities. I gotta lighten. That's very Gemini. I gotta lighten the mood a little bit. And I can do that by bringing the balance, because I need that emotionally. Knight of Cups. Okay. So I think we have this beautiful birth renaissance of your energy showing up in the heart of the situation here with this Ace of Wands. So this is very good. This is a very good time to refocus on yourself, the hopes and wishes and dreams that you want to commit to, and balance it out with your duties and responsibilities to the world and to the people closest to you. Virgos, you have all this beautiful new moon energy in your 10th house of career. That is very exciting. So this is a perfect time to set intentions for career success, career growth, promotions. Where do you see yourself headed with your career, your calling? This is also great energy if you want to start some sort of new career, or if you have one you already like, but you want to kind of bring in something else, add another twist to it, another branch of services or products that if you already do something you like and you're adding something on, because remember, Gemini is very dual. It's two things. So whatever way, this is very positive. Now, we do have Saturn in Pisces, which is your 7th house of other people, both business and personal relationships. So there could be some interesting negotiations going on with some sort of deals and making deals, because of the Saturn squaring the Venus and also Mercury, which is deal maker energy in Gemini as well at this new moon. So there may be some delicate negotiations that are happening with the money, okay, with other people in terms of, moving forward in a new direction with your career. So this could be negotiating salaries, bonuses, partnership agreement, if you're going to partner with somebody to create something, create a business. The 10th house can also be our public marriage partner. If you are thinking of getting married, and I'm just going to say this, anytime within the next year. Okay, this is your practical Capricorn rising sister talking here, okay? With Saturn in your 7th house, squaring Venus at this new moon, and with Jupiter just freshly entered the 10th house of possible marriage partner coming in, please get a prenup. Or, in some other way, protect your assets. Okay? That's all I'm saying, Virgo. Okay? That's specific to Virgos who are possibly doing that. That's just practical. This is just, sorry, this is just my Capricorn rising. All right, let's see what we got. This is good, though. Let's see. Fresh energy in your career zone. There's Capricorn. Talking about Capricorn, here comes Capricorn. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. The 9 of Wands. The 6 of Swords. And the 2 of Coins. And I shuffled. We just had that for Leo. All right. So there's fresh projects happening. Fresh prospects for you. Make the commitment to yourself. This energy, the commitment to yourself to get out of a commitment. This is a tongue twister. Make a commitment to yourself to get out of a commitment that is too draining and it's not for you anymore. Okay, this 2 of Coins is interesting. It can be about balance and juggling. I feel like I almost need another card. Let's pull one more card. Empress, yeah. I feel like you might have a couple months where, like till your birthday maybe, where you're kind of still sifting through different options and then you're going to land on it, the Empress. Okay, and this is very Gemini, these 2 options. So what I feel is you're going to be setting an intention to move on and wrap up some sort of situation to your satisfaction, Ace of Cups. All right, because it's too draining, whatever it is, like it's too much. Now, this could also possibly be your hard work finally paying off. That is possible with this energy, especially in a creative project with the Capricorn here. That is near and dear to your heart with the Ace of Cups, and it's been a lot of hard work. So this could be, the 6 of Swords could be the result of we can finally move on from this because the hard work is done. We got the answer. It's a yes, it's a go, or it's happening. But then with this 2 of Coins, I feel like there's still something that needs to be prepared before we're in the full blossoming of the next iteration of your career, the next development, the next project, the next job, the next thing. So it's a type of thing where it could be like you have to give 2 weeks notice. You have to give 2 months notice, right? It could be something like that, depending on what you got going on. All right, but you're going to land into something career-wise with this Empress. Now remember, Empress is not quick, easy money. Empress is good. Empress is big money over time, right? Because you're investing so much of your creative energy, your life force energy into it. Okay, now this is also a marriage card. Okay? It's also a marriage card. So again, what I was saying before, if you're contemplating some sort of union, it's going to be very telling if you suggest the prenup. Here it is, the Capricorn. Or really, I mean, it's any type of contractual negotiation. It could even be in business, honestly. You know, some people still fly by the seat of their pants and do not have business contracts. I don't know how they do business, but they don't get things in writing. They don't have lawyers look at things. You have to these days. So if you are dealing with somebody who takes offense at the fact that you are asking for a legal agreement with some sort of negotiation, like they want you to speak at their event and you're like, all right, give me a speaker's contract. And they're like, what's that? And they're like thinking that you're weird because you're asking for that. Move on. There's going to be other opportunities that will come in for you that will actually be better. And I would also probably say that, you know, if somebody gives a big, like, angry or manipulative, I'm feeling more manipulative response if you're asking for, especially a prenup, because the, emotional energy here with this Ace of Cups, that's going to tell you a lot about them. It's a general reading. Everybody's situation is different, but just keep these things in the back of your mind. This is very good here at the end, and there's other options. So if you put up a boundary, that's what I'm really feeling. If you put in some sort of clear boundary about what you will and will not tolerate in love and money matters, with important contractual negotiations, whatever type of negotiations they are, and you put up a boundary and somebody fusses at you, you'll have your answer and you'll have other options to move along to. Libras, you have so much gorgeous energy at this new moon in your 9th house of the big picture perspective of your life, writing, academia, publishing, also travel, international business, all those things. But it is a house of expansion. It's a house of spiritual matters and understanding. And then we have Saturn currently in your 6th house of work and well-being. So when Saturn transits through our 6th house, we do have to get serious about our health, our well-being. And we probably have our nose to the grindstone. We have a lot of work on our plate. So there may be a little bit of tension between work obligations and the fact that you would like to expand your horizons. You would like to get out from behind your desk. You would like to leave the 9-to-5 grind, that type of thing. So with all this energy in this 9th house of expansion, it is time to set intentions of how are you going to get out in the world more? How are you going to, teach your knowledge? How are you going to, when and how are you going to commit to some sort of trip? This has been a theme in your readings about escaping, right? Like having some fun and getting out of Dodge, so to speak. But there may be some tension between work obligations and also the money that is needed for the travel with Venus in that 9th house. But as I was saying to Cancer, like it's really incredible how sometimes opportunities can pop up if they're really meant for us, and finances can fall into place in very unexpected ways if something is truly meant for us and we set the intention to get it done. So let's see what we have for you. There could also be something going on here where you want to expand your horizons in terms of your current workplace. You may want to go for some sort of international gig. Maybe you want to become a digital nomad, or you would like to apply for, if your job is like international or there's an international company, maybe you're going to apply for a position abroad. Could be something like that too. Judgment. And the Page of Coins. Ace of Swords. 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Cups. Okay. So there is a clear desire in your heart with the Ace of Swords. That is your energy. But I think there's some outside factor. That is what I am feeling here. There is some sort of outside factor that is the Saturn that is happening right now. It's going to clear out for you. Okay, it will clear out. I mean, Saturn, he's in our sign, or in the sign he's in, transiting for like 3 years. Okay, I mean, what can you do? Everybody experiences Saturn. But we have the 20th here. The 20th of this month could be important. This is right before the Capricorn full moon, which is in your 4th house of the foundation of your life, your home also. So there's news coming, I think, around that Capricorn full moon. These 2 sevens are interesting because we have like a dose of reality, but not wanting to face reality. There is some sort of reality dose with Saturn in Pisces about your work and well-being energy that needs to be looked at in terms of what you're trying to set your intentions around by expansion. So as I was saying to Leo, it can be that we have to balance and consider things that need to be taken care of first. This is a judgment card. This is karma. There's something here that maybe you haven't wanted to face. You're going to have to face it. It's coming. There could be some sort of judgment. You know, there's a decision. It could be somebody else is making a decision about you. You're waiting to hear on something. And it could be work related too, right? It could be with this Saturn in your 6th house. I think that needs to be figured out. And then the dreams are on the table. I would like to pull one more card for you, Libra. The Ace of Swords is not just a victory card. The Ace of Swords is also about cutting something loose. It's about finally, it's like the stroke of the pen that makes the decision, that releases the contract, that releases the energy, that cuts the cord. It's like that type of thing. And it's something to do probably with your finances because the Page of Coins is here. Let's see. One more. I'm going to crack it open. Let's see. The Fool. Okay, beautiful. All right. You're going to have this expansive new beginning. All right. The Fool is here. This is very 9th house energy also. Okay. It's like we're expanding. We're happy. Like our heart chakra is open. Things are moving forward. But what I feel is this is all the Saturn stuff that's coming up. And Saturn, yes, because it's squaring the Venus, which is the money, right? And an obligation. There's some obligation. This could be a legal situation because the 9th house is also legal matters. And we have this Ace of Swords. So there could be some sort of judgment, a legal situation that you're waiting to iron out before the new beginning can happen. So lawsuit, you're waiting to get the contract finalized. I mean, whatever it might be, okay? You're maybe not admitting that this is going to affect this, but it is, okay? And it's fine. It's the Saturn. You've got to adhere to the duties and obligations. Once you do, then you can get back to expanding your horizons with this beautiful new beginning. So it's like I was saying to Leo, take care of what you need to take care of, honor your obligations, and then you can bust loose and bust free and do whatever you want. Okay, so that's a very similar vibe. Okay, and then you can leave town. Okay, do what you need to do first, then go on your merry way. There may be some sort of job change for you guys coming. Okay, so I would definitely polish up my resume, polish up my LinkedIn profile, do all the things, and get ready in case there's something happening there. You see a job you want to apply to, in case, you get some sort of news that has been kind of held up and in hiding that, the companies are going to merge. You maybe get downsized. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm feeling there could be some sort of change in your job, but it's going to free you into something more expansive for yourself, the 9th house, and then help lead toward some sort of growth opportunity, promotion opportunity, etc., especially when Jupiter gets into Cancer, your 10th house of career, in June of 2025. Scorpio, you have so much beautiful energy happening in your 8th house of deep transformation, physical, mental, emotional, financial. Wow, talking about like karmic cleansing, phoenix rising from the ashes energy. That's what this is for you. Big time. You have Saturn in your 5th house of creativity, taking a risk, the house of the entrepreneur, and of course, love and romance. So this square to Venus could be showing you, right? Saturn squaring Venus from your 5th house to your 8th house, Venus transit, could be showing you that you are ready for some sort of new financial and or emotional commitment. Either you're ready to start your own business or you're ready to start a new relationship. Could be both because we're talking about Gemini. All right, so let's see what you need to know, Scorpio. The moon. The moon. Oh, and there you are, King of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Very cuppy here. Judgment. And the King of Swords. All right. It's very cuppy. It's very cuppy. You're still emotionally kind of going back and forth about what you want. And that's okay. You know, it's all right. But you're figuring it out. And I would suggest you figure it out for this new moon so you can set your intentions a couple days after the new moon and make it happen for yourself. By the end of Gemini season, I think you'll definitely have decided, but I feel like the universe is also going to start getting things in motion for you with this hugely transformative energy. So with this moon and the King of Cups, your Scorpio full moon happened April 23rd, 24th, 25th in that time frame. That may have been a time of deep reckoning for you in some way, of deep emotional shifts, of purging, cleansing, of figuring out a new identity, a new way forward. You may have been dealing with something very emotional, but also a big cycle ending at that full moon in April. But it forced you to rethink and also re-feel. It's like you had to like kind of tune in with your feelings again. You're a sign, yes, that does feel very deeply, but sometimes because you do feel very deeply, you avoid those feelings. So that's why I'm saying re-feeling. I think you went back and had to recalibrate. Okay. And that's what this is in your heart. You had to re-feel and reprocess these 3 cups, these 3 disappointments. And this could be the last 3 years, 3 months, whatever. There were some things that just were not gelling, were not coming together. They had to be released. And now you're clarifying. Your eyes are on this new prize, this new emotional situation that you're ready to commit to, or you're about ready to commit to it and set the intention of this. Again, it's cups, right? It's your energy, the transformative nature of, all right, it's a whole new game. It's a whole new identity. It's a whole new thing I'm doing. I'm a whole new person. Okay? And we have this judgment, which again is very much about new life. Phoenix rising from the ashes. Also important announcements. So, and we have a time marker of this end of Gemini season. And there's a full moon in Capricorn at the very end of Gemini season, 20th, 21st. And it's, communication energy. This is communication energy. So it can be that you're going to have an important announcement. You're going to be debuting some sort of new identity. Capricorn for you is your 3rd house of communications. So you could be very much involved with committing to some sort of new creative project, especially with writing, because of that 3rd house full moon, because of the 5th house Saturn, and because of this transformational energy. Maybe you had to go through some stuff and release it and clear out, clear the deck, so to speak, so that you could really dive in deep and have the emotional bandwidth to do some sort of new creative project. Okay, that's a possibility. Some of you are deciding that you're ready to embark on a new relationship. That's going to transform you because you're transformed now. It's going to be a different type of relationship. Okay, so, and that you're ready to go out there and start dating again. So you're making very important decisions, announcements, communications, 3rd house, Capricorn full moon. We'll do a full moon video, of course, but you're ready. You're ready for the fulfillment of a new dream in this new Scorpio 2.0 energy. Sagittarius, new moon happening in your 7th house of relationships. Very exciting. Lots of new people can be coming into your life over the next year, especially with Jupiter in that 7th house. There can be great healing in your relationships. This is an excellent time to set intentions to heal relationships, both business and personal. With Saturn squaring Venus. Hold on, I gotta pause. With Saturn squaring Venus, Saturn's in your 4th house. This is a great time to really show your family how committed you are to them. But also, of course, whatever family relationships you have, honor and value them with Saturn. There may be some duties and obligations that are going on that are a little heavy right now with Saturn in that 4th house, but And it can sometimes put strain on relationships, that is for sure. But again, if you set that intention to work through any types of problems, duties, responsibilities with your family members, you can have great healing and great success, right? It's because remember, Jupiter is in that 7th house, it's your ruling planet. So it could be too that there could be some relationships, there could be some things going on about money. But again, anything can be worked through if we set our intentions to heal the relationships and have the open conversations and communication, with Mercury also in Gemini at this new moon. All right, let's see what we have. 2 of Cups. Oh, and the Tower. Okay. And the World. 6 of Swords. And the 2 of Wands. All right. Okay. You know, there could be a situation where you guys are going to figure out any type of relationship you're in, whether business or personal, right? It's like you've got to have that open communication. That's the thing here. Is what I am feeling. So that you guys can move past some sort of issue that is, and I feel like that issue is going to wrap up fairly soon in a surprising way. You know that situation is coming to a close, that duty and obligation, that Saturn in Pisces, like it's coming to a close. Saturn's going to go retrograde this month. I forget the exact date, probably before the retrograde. That's going to happen with this World card, is like the ending. You're sensing the ending and the wrap up of some sort of duty and responsibility. There may be something surprising about that. But again, the 2 of Cups is here. If you set the intention to have that strong communication, that heart-to-heart convo with whoever's involved with your family duties and obligations, it's going to be fine. You guys, there's been a burden that there's been some family burden. Whether your personal family, your extended family, there's been something going on that you guys are going to be released from. Okay, you will be released from it. And then again, look, the two. Then you guys are going to be able to take action on new dreams and new situations for yourself. Okay, so that's what I feel is going on here. So set the intention and know that everything happens in divine timing. Know how you want to move forward with the relationship once, this situation gets wrapped up. What plans do you have? Make plans for your future with your partner. If you don't have a partner and you want to manifest a partner, make plans as if that partner is already in your life. Imagine the things that you'd be doing together. You may be being released from some other type of obligation that's going to free you so that you can pursue a relationship and have more time. So it's very interesting. I'm getting the sense that something's going to wrap up very quickly and shift for you. It's going to bring some mental release and relief with the 6 of Swords, because the thing will finally be resolved. And it's been going on for probably 2 years with the World here. 21 months at least. So about 2 years. 22 months. Okay? So new things are going to be percolating for you. And whoever you're involved with, whoever's in your life, right? Business or personal. And Leo season is going to be important for you guys also. Okay, so everything is moving forward in divine timing. Capricorn, there is a beautiful new moon in Gemini in your 6th house of work and well-being. This is a great time to set intentions to manifest a new job, to start a new health regimen, to get your act together, to get yourself together. We do have Saturn in your 3rd house of the mind, communications. Of course, that's your ruling energy. So you probably are pretty serious right now about focusing your mind on achieving certain 6th house goals like work, job, well-being. Now, Saturn is squaring Venus. So I think they're just, what I'm feeling is like, Saturn, of course, is hard work, as you know. Saturn square Venus, square is tense energy. Venus is money. The money's going to come, okay? The money is coming. It's not time to give up. It's time to dig in deep, okay? The money will come. You're disappointed the money hasn't come yet, okay? 3 of Swords, King of Swords. 5. I'm telling you, something about the money here. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. Saturn, as you know, being a Capricorn, is about delayed gratification. You can't make any shortcuts. Poor Capricorn, they never get to take any shortcuts. It's always like Saturn on them. Like, no, do all this, and this. Okay. So we have disappointment in your heart. We have this, show me the money energy. We've had blockages and delays, right? The 3 of Swords, but it's shifting, this King of Swords. It absolutely is shifting with this new moon energy, this powerful stellium of 5 energies. We have a 5 showing up here. Okay. The gorgeous Sun card and the 3 of Coins, which is, yes, back to work, focus, and building and making money. And making it with other people's money. This is your 8th house, the Leo. You will derive benefits from focusing on how you can best make money through other people. So in terms of them paying you, in terms of you selling products to them, etc., services to them. 8th house is them investing in you, paying you for your talents and abilities. There's 3 of Coins, because you can focus, you can structure things so well. That's what they're paying for. They're paying for that brilliant mind of yours that can build structures, that can build corporations, can build companies, can build films, can build, marketing programs, all the things. Saturn's in that 3rd house of your mind, right? Of this ability to construct things and build them so that they last. This is the thing. It's just that you've been undergoing this personal disappointment here. Okay, so it's important for you with this new moon, there's so much energy in this Gemini, to try to decide to put this behind you. I know it gets hard, right? But look what's coming, right? The Sun card is here. Focus on what you do best. That's the Sun also. Where you shine in serving other people. I don't like that word serving, but okay, but in providing what only you can provide, shining in the way only you can shine with your unique energy through your 6th house of work. That's what's going to bring in the money from other people. They're going to invest in you. Okay, so there may be some things going on with a little bit, again, Saturn's in your 3rd house. 3rd house is our mind. Can be prone a little to melancholy and depression because things are, slow. Right? Again, mind here going on. Okay? Make the decision. This is fresh burst of energy that, no, right? We're moving forward. You could be manifesting some very, very nice plum promotion, position, creative project that gets offered to you. This is very creative energy also. As a result of the mind shift that you go through at this new moon in Gemini. Aquarius, there is such beautiful energy happening at this new moon in Gemini in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, taking a risk, being an entrepreneur, your beautiful 5th house. So much gorgeous energy. So let's see what you need to know. We have Saturn in your 2nd house of money, squaring Venus in this 5th house. So it is really time to not let any self-esteem issues prevent you from creating the life that you desire, right? Saturn in the 2nd house can be heavy. It can make us question and doubt ourselves. Absolutely. And squaring Venus, we could doubt ourselves that we can manifest opportunities, that we can be creative, etc. So time to really eliminate that. You've got this gorgeous, gorgeous energy. So much in your 5th house. It is time to go for a new dream in this area. We have the Six of Coins. We have the Queen of Cups. There's that Pisces. The Knight of Wands. Beautiful. The Queen of Swords. And I can't end on an Eight of Swords. And the Seven of Coins. Okay. Something's going to land in your basket. Work with that metaphor however you would like. Okay, the universe is gifting you. Right? The universe is gifting you with the means to do something about whatever this doubt is that you might have about pursuing a creative opportunity, about pursuing a relationship, a romance, about starting a business, whatever. The universe is going to give you some sort of tangible, it's coins, right? It's the pentacles, some sort of tangible information, resource, compliment, opportunity, money. I mean, they're going to give you something that is going to help you break out an emotional doubting period and take action, right? This Knight of Wands here. So emotionally, the universe has got your back. I mean, here you're standing here with this Queen of Cups, your second house of self-esteem and self-worth. The universe is pushing you and propelling you. It's like, opening the right door at the right moment. And here you are. You're going to decide to take it. You're going to decide to get out of some sort of mental rut that you've been keeping yourself in, maybe because you're afraid or whatever the issue might be. Comfort zone, all of those types of things. And as a result, because you're fired up with this Knight of Wands and you're taking inspired action and busting out of this exile, you could have also been I'm getting exiling yourself, removing yourself, and you've not been engaging with the world or people. That's going to shift at this new moon. You're ready to party, to socialize, to create, to procreate, possibly, like I said, start a new business, have pleasure, have fun, invest in hobbies, really just get out and about in the world in all the fun ways that are signified by the fifth house. But it's also very creative. But here's the Seven of Coins. And in this deck, she has the coin in her basket. So as I said, this is a gift. This is a gift. We go from the 6th to the 7th. So you're going through a journey with this new moon of understanding that the universe does have your back, and the universe is propelling you forward in inspiring ways that are going to result in some sort of tangible gift, goodie, benefit that you're going to have in your basket. So it's a type of thing where the universe puts you in the right place at the right time to sign up for a writing class, as an example. And you're excited about it. You're ready to move forward with it. And at the end of the journey, you're going to have the first draft of a book manuscript in your basket and done and ready. It's like that type of thing. So it's time to take a risk. This Knight of Wands is a little risky, right? You got to risk it for the biscuit. And that's what's going on here. The more you stay in a comfort zone, it's the same old thing that in her hands that she's had forever. There's no change. It's stagnant. But it's the mind that's stagnant with the Eight of Swords. There's I can't do anything to change my circumstances. But that's untrue. And the universe is showing there is stuff. We're helping. We're positioning you. We're bringing in people to help you, etc. So it's time for you to push out of a comfort zone, especially creatively. You can do this, right? If there's been some Saturn doubts going on, you can do this. And at the end of it, you're going to have something very tangible to show for your efforts. Pisces, new moon, stellium, energy in Gemini in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you. Saturn, of course, is in your sign, making you really get serious about what you want for your life, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and also very serious about your physical body. Right? Whenever Saturn goes through our 1st house, we've got to go to the dentist. We've got to get our bones checked. We've got to make sure that, we're doing all the right things to support our physical body. So you've been going through all that. And now we have this beautiful new moon in your 4th house of the foundation of your life. So This can be a new home. This could be some sort of financial new beginning for you. Fourth house of resources. So especially resources regarding family. So, and your stability, your financial stability. So let's see, this is a great time if you're wanting to move because where you're currently living is not serving you and the new goals that you have for your life. If you want to get away from a certain group of people because they're not serious, right? They're not supporting your goals. Saturn in the first house, like they're dragging you down and you want to escape that. This is a great new moon to set the intention to get away from those type of people. Find a new place to live. This is also if you like where you're living, but you have money to invest in a second home. You know, that's very possible. Gemini is always about two things. There could be an intention to, you want to keep where you're living now, but maybe you want to experiment living somewhere else for a little while. So you could be going between two places to see if you'd like moving there or maybe, becoming some sort of digital nomad and then returning to home base. So it's all about re-energizing your home and family situation. But with Gemini, it's often two situations going on. All right, let's see what we have. We have some Leo and the Fool. Look at this. Very nice. Six of Cups. Nine of Wands. Wow, and the Eight of Cups. Wow, okay. I'm going to read this a couple different ways. Some of you are definitely, I said this in the prelude, needing to leave behind a group of people that maybe you've known for a very long time, since childhood, because you've outgrown them. You've outgrown them. And they're a lot of hard work to keep up those relationships. There's nothing evil or bad here, but it's just like it's a drain on your energy. It debilitates you in some way. It's too much emotional hard work here, but you remain loyal to those situations because of the Six of Cups, right? It's long-term relationships from childhood type energy. But we have you yearning, this Strength card, for new vistas. Here's the Fool card. And you are going to wave goodbye to something. Okay, you are going to be waving goodbye to either these relationships. You're going to be waving goodbye to maybe where you currently are because you are ready to explore some new place. The Fool. New situation in your life that you want to put down roots in, whatever it might be. The Leo energy here is your sixth house of work and also well-being. So you may also be contemplating some sort of move for your physical well-being. Because again, you're in some sort of energy that is reminiscent of the past, possibly. It could be that you would like to return to simpler times, right, of a past place, but that may not exist anymore. Everything changes. You think, it's still, you think that place where you lived 30 years ago is still that little Mayberry town, but it's not, right? You go back and you're like, oh my God, there's like 5 Walmarts here now, right? Like what happened to my little town? Okay, so it can be something like that. So there could be something that you're looking at there, the harsh kind of reality that things change and move on. But you've also changed and moved on. So you could be a little bit in this little bit of a fantasy about a former place. But you may find a new place that has an energetic resonance of a place from your past that's actually going to be better for you, this new place. But it makes you feel at home. It makes you feel comfortable. But it's going to be away from an energy or people that are no good for you also. It's going to be better for your well-being in some way, the Strength card. Okay, so there may be a move to a place that's going to make you feel better. Astrocartography, if you haven't looked into that, that is a very real thing. And it's too lengthy to explain here, but you can go on astrological.com. You can generate an astrocartography map using your birth information. And you can see on the map the lines of the different planets and where they go around the world. As an example, if you're living on a Pluto line, that's often if you live in a place where massive transformation, crazy things happen, there's a lot of death, rebirth, like, just heavy things that can go on living on your Pluto line, as an example. Living on your Venus line, all of a sudden, like there's money, there's opportunities, whatever. But you have to also look at where those planets are in your own chart, right? It's not just, oh, let me go move to Boise, Idaho, because my Venus line is there. No, it's like, you got to take everything into consideration. But it is fascinating, and I encourage you to look into it. It's very interesting. Because it's a real thing, right? We know every place has its own energetic resonance. And you're going to be really thinking and setting intentions about the energetic resonance of where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with, and does it strengthen you or does it debilitate you, right? Does it make you feel good, the strength, or does it, 9 of Wands, put you flat out on your back, right? In an emotional way, like you're exhausted. No, right? So we have this waving goodbye, waving hello card here, 8 of Cups. So I would say by your birthday, it could be in Leo season, but it could also be by your next birthday. You're out of there. You're in some new place, right? You're really setting some strong intentions about new vistas to make you feel better. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Gemini astrology and tarot energy reading. Such potent stellium in Gemini. Very exciting. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how you plan to set intentions and use this energy at this brilliant new moon. I would love to hear. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.